Hey guys, in today's Book to Screen, I'm going to be talking about the web series of Frankenstein MD, based off of the book by Mary Shelley called Frankenstein, starring Anna Lohr, Steve Zaragoza, and Brendan Bradley. Like I said, Frankenstein MD is based off of the novel by Mary Shelley called Frankenstein, and it is a 24-episode web series that aired on PBS Digital, and then also had some other minor vlog series that were put on by Pemberley Digital. Before I get going, I will say that I don't think I'm going to have any spoilers in here, so if I end up having any spoilers, I'll warn you in advance. As far as quality went, I do think Frankenstein MD was very well done. I did like their settings, like the scientific lab, and then also later they have some scenes shot in Victoria's basement. And I do think the writing in general was very well done. I think a lot of the writing was clever and kind of made use of what was seen in Frankenstein. And I do think the acting in general was pretty good. Sometimes there was a kind of a few moments like, I don't believe that quite, but yeah, in general I think the acting was very well done and for the most part believable on occasions. In terms of adapting Frankenstein though, I don't know, I was split 50-50. I liked a lot of the creative license that Frankenstein MD took. I really loved the fact that they made Victoria into a woman, you know, instead of Victor Frankenstein, it's Victoria Frankenstein. Also, in the book, Victor has a cousin named Elizabeth. In the web series, they turned the Elizabeth character into one of Victoria's good friends and named him Eli, which I liked. And then also in the book is Henry Clerval, who is another good friend of Victor Frankenstein's. And so in the web series, they changed that to a woman and they call her Rory Clerval. So yeah, pretty much everyone, there was like gender swapping all over the place, which didn't bother me and I really liked that. It made it kind of unique and interesting. The thing is though, where my problems came with the web series, it felt like it took forever to even get to the point of this show and this story. I seriously think it's probably about the episode 10 mark, I want to say. If not 10, at least the halfway point. I want to say it's about that point that I feel like Mary Shelley's work finally comes through and you see those influences and you see that plot. Because for the first 10 episodes of the web series, it just felt like this really long, prolonged kind of medical drama and just giving you all these fundamentals about science and how science works and this and that. And I mean, I get it. It was interesting in some ways. There was a lot of stuff that I didn't know about and a lot of stuff I learned, and I'm assuming that was all correct. I'm assuming they had some researchers there to make sure all that was correct. And in terms of a larger context, I understood what they were doing with those first 10 episodes because they were setting up all of those experiments and how all those experiments were going to later be put to use in order to bring Frankenstein's monster to life. Basically understanding the mechanics of how those things could work if they really did work. But yeah, in terms of story and really kind of latching onto the characters, I mean, it took until after probably episode 10 or so for me to kind of really feel invested and really start enjoying it. And without giving away spoilers, I really loved how they brought Frankenstein's monster to life. I thought that was very well done, and I wish I could talk more because I was actually expecting a certain character, to be the actual monster or the creation. And then I was kind of surprised later who the actual creature was, so that was really interesting. If you're curious who I'm talking about, who I thought originally was going to be the monster, just write down below and I'll answer the question. I tell you though, the final couple episodes of the web series, especially the very last episode, wow, amazing. That very final episode, oh, it was so good, and it went places that I didn't think it would go, considering that it's a web series, and you know how these web series are lately. They've kind of been doing all these comedic sort of novels or plays. And I like that Frankenstein MD took the risks that it needed to take to kind of differentiate it from the more fluffy web series. But yeah, overall, like I said, I was 50-50 with the web series. The first half of the show is a bit too slow and boring for me, and I just kept wanting it to get to its point. But the last half of the web series is definitely terrific and worth staying for, I think. And I'm not sure if they're going to open up like a season 2. The very final video had like it said like next episode, and then there was like a question mark thumbnail next to it, so I don't know if they're intending on more episodes. I don't understand how they would. I don't think it was the most perfect adaptation of Frankenstein. It might have taken too many liberties, especially because it didn't take a lot of that vital plot, and not necessarily just the plot, but the major themes. I feel like those major themes were not present or abundant enough. Because I think they did well with the whole thing of man shouldn't play God. I think they got that pretty good, but you know, there's just so many other themes about faith and nature and just so many things like that, you know? Like really deep things, philosophical things. I do think it was a very well done web series, and it was quite different, like I said, from the more comedic web series. So have you guys seen Frankenstein MD, and what did you think? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you liked this book to screen, you may like these other book to screens. Bye guys.